Hello. Welcome to A Song in the Heart here on the Gilding Light Twitch channel. How you guys doing? We are here to play a game. If you were with us last week, you saw that combat is imminent. So we're going to get to that here in just a second. However, we do have some announcements and introductions to do. Siren, Battle of the Bards, Kickstarter, still going strong, still got some stretch goals. So go ahead and check out thebardbook.com and go over, contribute and get your stuff, get your loot, and get us to the next stretch goal there. And be sure and follow Apotheose Studios on social media and join their Discord. As well, speaking of Gilding Light, tomorrow is another episode of Poison Tulips, which you will definitely want to check out. It is at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So this same time slot, just tomorrow. And go check them out, Ryan Omega and that crew. They're awesome. They've been telling a really cool story so far. So we're going to get to our story here just now. And so real quick, we're going to introduce our players, starting with Deangelo. Yeah, Deangelo's not here. He had other stuff to take care of. He will be back next week. As you can see, the picture that's actually up is pretty indicative of what he's facing right now. But moving on, we have our next player, Jenn. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us Opal's favorite food?
Oh, God, everybody else gets to know what is coming. All right, say I'm Jenn. I'm the low Zelda around the internet. I am playing Opal, the Fire Genasi College of Eloquence Bard, and I would say her favorite food is probably a good coconut curry.
Oh, very.
So I'm going with that.
So as a Fire Genasi, does she prefer spicy food, or is like spicy just kind of like done for her?
I would say like she likes, to her, spicy food is like a normal thing. Like it doesn't register as spice kind of for her. So like it just is like, oh, this is a flavor.
This is food.
This is food. So I would say that it's probably an accidental preference.
All right. Next up, we got Sean playing Lyric.
Hey, yes, I am Sean. You can find me at DonutDude777 on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube doing ukulele things. So look for Sean's ukulele journey, and you'll find some D&D related stuff, as well as just me learning how to play. And apparently Lyric doesn't have a favorite food. I wasn't asked. No, his favorite food would be chicken marsala, or whatever the fantasy equivalent would be.
We have some very, very good tastes among my party. I'm so proud of them. And moving right along is Utahime and playing Dia.
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, and here on Twitch, and Brianna DeCosta on Twitter. As my name suggests, I am a cosplayer and a streamer, and I'm a little bit obsessed with D&D and TTRPGs lately, so you can find me on different streams like this one. And yeah, I play Dia. She is a high half elf, and her favorite food, it's funny because she really loves her chicken tikka masala, but actually she would probably put butter chicken before that. So that's her favorite.
I had butter chicken for lunch. I'm not even kidding.
So good.
Nice. There's a Pakistani place up in the city that does a really, really good butter chicken, and their chicken biryani is like, oh my God, it is. It's probably a 30-minute drive from where I am, and next week I think I have to make that trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds so good.
All right, and finally, last but certainly not least, it is Vicki playing Karis.
Yes. Hi, my name is Vicki. I am Glitter Havoc on Twitter and Instagram. I am playing Karis Lighthoof, the Satyr Barbarian, and her favorite food is foraged berries and mushrooms.
Ooh.
All right. So pretty much wherever she goes, she's probably going to find something that she really likes.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. And you have a squirrel companion now. You and Lyric have squirrel companions that can help you with the foraging.
That's how we bond.
Jonathan, as the voice of God in this, what is your favorite food?
The voice of God.
Oh,
yeah. It sucks to suddenly get a question you're not prepared for, doesn't it?
Okay, so my favorite food has evolved a lot. right up to college, it was definitely lasagna. And two,
Oh.
most times it is still lasagna, but sushi is way up there. Give me some good barbacoa on a flour tortilla. Being growing up in South Texas, but not living there anymore, whenever I go back, I have to have barbacoa with salt and a squeeze of lime and onions on a flour tortilla.
Ooh.
And I'm good. And you can get all that stuff at HEB. HEB is the greatest.
Oh, I miss HEB so much.
HEB is awesome. All right. Speaking of awesome, let's roll initiative.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
We're just going right for it. All right.
Going right for it. To recap a little bit, you guys, the party had followed and investigated the attack on Billy Bob Boom and found that it had been perpetrated by a local crime lord. You did some good investigations and eventually found that this crime lord was in fact a beholder living under the city of Yartar. You tracked some of his Sahiquin henchmen and caught him when those henchmen were not around, thanks to your quick and discreet investigations. So you find yourself in an abandoned temple of Sobek underneath the city. And after some reconnaissance via an invisible opal, you came up and decided on a plan of attack where Dia bravely and boldly struck out, seeing that this beholder was in front of a bunch of mirrors, as it is a very, very vain beholder, attempted to use pyrotechnics to blind it. Unfortunately, it's made it save. And now, with the surprise round done, we are going to get into initiative proper. So, who rolled 25 to 20?
22.
21.
21. Okay, so 22 for
22
Lyric.
for me as well.
Jeez. Okay, this guy doesn't stand a chance. And then Dia is 21. All right, Karis, what is your
10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, so the beholder beat someone.
Karis was like,
Never
what are
seen
you guys
anything with so many
doing?
eyes before.
And so Lyric and Opal, since you guys have the same initiative, you can just decide who goes first. I mean, you normally it's Dex, but it's like if one of you wants to wait for the other, that is fine. Before combat gets started, though, right as Dia has finished her dance and the beholder is looking at her and combat is getting ready to start, you hear a voice behind you. Oh, hey guys. What? Oh dear. Michael,
No.
the
No, nothing.
song forged offspring of Billy Bob Boom, has apparently followed you to this place.
Michael, no.
And jumping into quick action, Hector, from his hiding spot, says, "Oh, no, you can't be here," and picks up Michael with his dragonborn strength.
Question
Looked at
mark.
Hector in a bit, so I don't know. Sure, we'll say he's
Yeah,
strong. We'll be stereotypical, and starts carrying them out and just saying, "Michael, you shouldn't be here," and clears Michael from the battlefield. Unfortunately, he has also cleared himself from the battlefield. So he is going to be looking after Michael and making sure they don't get into trouble here.
Classic Hector.
Classic Hector, looking out for the Babby Bard.
Yep.
All
Good
right.
daddy.
So, Opal or Lyric, which one of you guys wants to go first?
I do want to take a second to remind everybody that thanks to some wonderfully kind
Yes.
bit drops, we all currently have 1 max damage available to us. And then also someone has something in their pocket.
I think
Probably the beholder.
was it? It was
Probably.
the beholder, right?
I
So
think, yeah.
okay, let me go ahead and roll. Shoot,
Roll
I
shoot.
managed to not have any dice around me.
Or as Opal said before the stream, the fanny pack that's attached to one of the
Yes,
eye
yeah.
stars.
I was like, either this beholder has some pants that are just kind of like dangling around it and covering half the eyeball, or there's like a little fanny pack hanging off of an eye stalk.
It could be either. Now, where did I put that table? You know what? We won't worry. We'll have you guys take your turns, and then
Okay.
we'll worry about what the beholder had in its pocket.
Yeah, I am also still invisible. So
Yes.
because that lasts an hour, I guess. So
An hour till you do something.
Yeah, so I'm a lyric unless you know something exactly what you want to do.
It won't affect anything probably that you guys are gonna do. So do you
Okay.
want to go or do you want me to?
What I want to do, is especially since we're at the top of the initiative, I want to get into that room away from everybody else while he can't see me. So I'm going to run back in, hopefully remain unseen, and kind of get back to behind whatever pillar I was originally hiding behind before we were like, okay, so we're leaving. And then once I get there, I'm going to hold my action until somebody else enters the room and attacks the beholder.
Okay. That is easily done. So you are you're about 25 feet from a pillar that you had been standing by earlier. And it happens to be the same pillar that Dia is in front of. So you can easily get to the other side of that pillar with a clear view of both the pillars are 10 feet by 10 feet. Effectively.
Oh, those
so,
are honking. All right.
But from where you are, you would be able to see who's coming in the door, and you have a pretty clear view of the beholder.
Okay,
and
awesome.
and you also see that Dia is still posed up, but it looks like she's about to spring into action. So so she's probably going to be okay. And you are holding your action until someone else comes in and does something. Okay.
Yeah.
And that takes us to Lyric. You are up next. Now, the door you are in, you are up as you enter, you are about 6, 7, 8, 9. You're about 50 feet from the beholder, about 25 feet from Dia, and then and then the pillar that about 30 feet from the pillar that Dia is standing next to. And you probably didn't see Opal go on the other side of that pillar, but you as a team and in a like a physical game, you would know where she was.
Yes. All right. I would like to. I'm not sure how well this will work, but I'm going to go up to about 20 feet because I still look like Victor.
That's right.
And just be like, "Sir, I'm here to help. I'll make you feel better. What do you call it when a good berry runs past you? A snack of opportunity." And he needs to make a wisdom saving throw for hideous laughter.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
DC 17.
DC 17. Okay.
I'm writing that down.
Is he? Nope, he is not.
I think I got that from
that kind of magical
Ginny
creature.
D's whole thing.
I'm so sorry. He rolled a natural 20.
Oh no.
Waste of my best material. And then I'm going to look to Dia and say, Dia, you light up those goons. Let's try it again. Dia, you light up those goons like nobody else. The way that you sling those spells gets them overwhelmed. And when you're doing your thing, it ain't hard to tell that you know. You know you're incredible. This song's inspirational.
Excellent. I presume she has bardic inspiration now.
That's the idea.
Yay!
All right, and you do know that Lorthun the Beholder is currently, when this all started, he's looking at the mirror. So I believe last time you guys had a pretty extensive knowledge of beholders. You know that his anti-magic cone is currently facing away from you, which is how you were able to get your spells off. He's not facing you yet, but that may change on their turn. So Lyric, you moved, you cast a spell, and you did your bardic inspiration. Is there anything else you want to do?
Smile winningly.
All right. Well, to that end, let's see here. one of Lord Thune's eye stalks turns to face you directly. And he is, you have being the one who had just done something. Actually, I guess he's got a choice. Let's see. Highs, he's going to go for, that's technically a low. So that's going to be Dia. Let me see here. And so he is going to do a random eye ray. Let me see. All right. Dia, and one of his eyes looks at you, and when it focuses a ray at you, it's a horrible ray that starts to bring forth your greatest fears. If you could make me a DC 16 wisdom save.
Oh,
And you have inspiration.
I do.
Do you have inspiration?
Oh, perfect. That is an 18.
All right. The wave of fear starts to take hold of you as you start to see what is something that Dia would see that would inspire a good fear.
I think Dia would be fearful of anything happening to her parents,
Okay.
especially her father, who she really admires. So I think just the picturing him, and maybe like if he looked like he was in distress, she would kind of be a little concerned and maybe freak out.
For just a moment, you see an image of your father walking past a table and then grasping his chest and grasping the table and looking. But as soon as that image starts to form, it's gone as your will overcomes it, and you break free of the fear ray.
What
And
a dirty little trick! You should
and
pay for that.
it is your turn.
So after she gets upset, she's going to reach for her the hilt of her scimitar that's gold and encrusted with rubies, and she's going to unsheath it. She's like, "Since you didn't like my light show, let's see how you like the taste of my blade." And then she's going to do divine smite at first level.
Okay.
And attempt to hit this.
All right. So you're gonna dance up to the beholder and attempt to hit him with your scimitar, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
So the first hit is okay. We got 2 hits.
Okay.
19 plus 8 for both.
Okay. Both of those,
27.
as you step up to the beholder, both of them slash into his thick skin, and you do notice that it is a little thicker and tougher than you were expecting, but you're easily able to get through its defenses.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to use my max damage on the first one.
Oh, that's right. You're a paladin.
with my 2, I believe it's 2d8 for the first level of smite. So
I believe you are correct.
All right, let's see.
So let me.
So that means that so how do we're doing max damage as far as
everything, it's a max damage for this hit, so it's sort of like be rolling a crit for it. It'd be like, if Deangelo were here, rip Hector, he's not really dead, he's busy, but if he had done a sneak attack and used one of his max damage, then it would be for both the weapon and his sneak attack.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
Don't worry, the paladin is just as bad.
So the first hit is 26 damage, and then the second one shall be not as good. That is only 5 additional points of damage.
Okay.
And then she will extend her finger to bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
On him for her next turn.
All right. Yeah. Let me go ahead and note that you have him marked here on Mim.
So you see, it's almost like a red circle in the middle of its body that basically is kind of illuminating, kind of in the center of his form, and she marked him so that way she gets a little extra damage. Hopefully,
a little
next
extra,
time.
Yeah. Okay.
Very Star Fox.
So now that Dia has gone up and done a thing,
okay,
I would release my spell.
Okay.
centered just behind him, so that way I don't catch Dia in it. But I had a level 4 shatter ready to go.
All right. Oh, you're about to piss this beholder off something nasty, even
So,
if he
yes.
saves.
So
All right.
I'm invisible behind a pillar, and I suddenly appear while there's this terrible, loud ringing sound that happens behind him. So that is a Constitution saving throw from him.
All right. Let's see how he does. Ooh, he fails.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I rolled a 6 on the die, so I'm sure that.
Yeah, he would need a +10. So
he does not have a +10.
Perfect. All right, so that's gonna be my max damage. So that's 40 thunder damage.
Whoa.
Oh.
Holy snap.
Crackle
All
and pop.
right.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't
That
be
that packed a
mad.
wallop. And as your shatter goes off, all of his mirrors that he had been looking into, all of them just explode into shards of glass. The beholder, like all of his eyes kind of recoil from the shattering shards of glass that are now impacting him. They don't seem to do any damage. Your shatter did plenty, but
Yeah.
all of his mirrors are broken, and the eyes that are looking back at you are full of hate. As
Yeah.
now.
Guys, I can't wait to bring my backup character in next week.
All right.
But it was worth it.
Well,
Lovely.
speaking of, I don't think I need to roll to see who's going to target with an eye ray as his legendary action.
Yeah, that's fine.
So let's figure out which eye ray. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
So
It's fine.
let's see here. This time, a black ray of energy streaks toward Opal. As it hits you, you start to feel your strength being drained from your body. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's do that. That is a natural 19, so dirty 20.
All right.
Woo!
So the effect starts to sap your life force, as it were, but you are able to ward it off, and you merely take 18 necrotic damage on this hit.
Yeah, 36 would have been bad. So
36 would have been bad.
It would have not been my favorite.
All right. So that was he unfortunately forgot he had legendary actions after Dia's turn, so he didn't get to use all 3 before. Now it's his turn.
Whew.
Now he is going to actually change his facing, and I believe he can get both at the moment. His big eye is going to look at Dia and actually the cone. I think he can only get one of you.
Mhm.
So he is going to move and point his eye at the person who did him the most harm just now. So Opal, you feel as his body turns and his big eye looks at your direction, earlier, just a second ago, you felt as if your strength was sort of leaving you, but you were able to flex your arms, pucker your butt, and you were able to power through and keep your strength. The feeling that's washing over you now is you feel weak in a different way. You feel as if I don't know, you feel a bit less powerful. And as someone who has talked about beholders just a second ago, you're probably being affected by his anti-magic cone.
Yep, Opal's definitely puckered right now.
Yep. Okay, so having dealt with that, he is then going to. Okay, I guess 3 random targets. Well, that is going to be 3 targets. All right, so we'll start with Lyric. All right, Lyric. As a red ray hits you and starts to feel like it's going to try and move you around. Go ahead and make me a DC 16 strength save.
That's a 4 on the die.
Oh no.
Do I do it?
Sorry. Let's see. All right. You feel yourself being all of a sudden moved away as you were actually moved towards Karis. Karis, you see Lyric like sort of picked up and moved back towards you in a very unnatural fashion. His body seems to have seized as it's shuffled toward you. And Lyric, you are restrained. Let's see here.
I don't like this. I do not consent.
Yeah, you although you feel as soon as you're restrained for the moment, but you can start to feel the effect weaken. So you figure it's only until your next turn. So it's not going to be forever. So just your turn, you're going to be restrained. So, but you are a bard. You are spells. You're all capital S spellcasters. You're fine. All right. Let's see. Next is going to be Dia. Dia is going to get sort of the same black ray that you saw impact Opal, and I need Dia to make a Constitution saving throw.
And that is a dirty 20.
All right. Like Opal, you are able to stiffen, and you start to feel the fire in your muscles as you're exerting effort to resist this effect, and you come away only taking 18 points of necrotic damage.
Got it.
Let's see, and
All right.
finally, his favorite person right now. See what.
I made a choice and I was very aware of it.
All right. Opal, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw as an orange ray hits you. And
those. That's a 16?
as the ray hits you, you feel as if time is starting to speed up. Like everyone around you seems to be moving faster. And Dia, for just a second, as you see Opal starting to avoid, you can almost see her starting to slow down. But at the last moment, she is able to and returns to full speed as you avoid the effect of his slowing ray.
Okay, good.
All right, and that is everyone, or that is everyone. That is all of his eye rays. And
Jeez.
Karis, it is your turn.
Yes. All right. So Karis is going to.
And just so you know, Karis, because the beholder moved, you're about 50 feet away from being next to it. So Dia is 50 feet away, and so you would have a little. You would probably either need to double move to get on in, or you can move and then use like a spell or a ranged weapon of some sort.
Let's see. Why don't I know what my walking speed is? There it is, 35. Okay, yeah, so I've got all right, so I can move 35 feet, so I'll get to within about 15 feet of him.
All right.
I'm
put you over there.
going to have my, let's see, what do I want to do? I didn't think he was that far away from me, so it's changed what I want to do a little bit. That's okay. That's the fun of theater of the mind, right? Yes.
Sorry. Should have let you know a little sooner. But you still have, as like I said, as a bard and a capital S spellcaster, you are you got lots of tools.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm gonna go with let's see. I'm gonna go with Vicious Mockery, where I'm going to insult every one of his eye stalks. I'm going to insult his family's eye stalks specifically, and his offspring's eye stalks.
All right. And what is the DC?
14.
14. You see all of his eye stalks as you what do you say? What is your insult? You don't have to, but what do you feel like a good insult is for a beholder?
Hey, gangly eyes, do you even know which direction you're looking at? Because you haven't found us yet.
You see on his wide, toothy mouth a wry grin as he says, "Ah, that is pretty funny." But he seems unmocked.
Mm. Yeah, Karis isn't really necessarily the meanest person, but every once in a while she comes up with a good comeback. Maybe that wasn't it.
He rolled pretty high, so
That's
I
cool.
wouldn't worry
That's
too much about it. All right, so though at the end of so you moved and you viciously mocked. Do you want to do anything else?
Nope.
All right.
I am set for now.
So as your turn ends, and Opal, it will be your turn in just a second. But first, he was, even though it didn't affect him, he was still hurt a little bit by it. His feelings were hurt, not his hit points. He is going to, oh, we haven't used this one yet.
I don't like the sound of that.
Okay. Karis, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw as a pink ray streaks out toward you.
Said saving throw. Sorry, my button didn't press. 12.
12.
Yeah.
Do you have any bardic inspirations you might use?
I mean, I've got one left for myself, I suppose.
Can you inspire yourself?
I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
All right. Well, that's fine. So as this pink ray streaks out to you, all of a sudden you feel really bad that you mocked this creature. You feel like maybe you're on the wrong path here by assaulting this clearly innocent creature who's also your friend. You are charmed by the beholder for a while, or and obviously until it hurts you. So you're probably not going to attack it again unless he attacks you.
Mm.
He's just a big round buddy.
He is. He's just got little eyeballs. Why did I pick on his eyeballs? They're kind of neat.
As you guys see Karis's hardened battle look soften as she looks at this beholder, it is now Opal's turn.
So I'm still in the anti-magic cone.
Yes, right now you are. You figure if you moved 15 feet, 15 feet outside of the pillar, or move around to where, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So with your movement, you can either move 15 feet, and we'll just say, for the sake of visualizing this, so directly to your south, there's the pillar that you've been behind.
Okay.
If you go 15 feet east, you will just be outside of his cone.
Okay.
And then, or if you head 30 feet south to where Karis has just stopped,
Gotcha.
then you will also be outside the range of his cone.
Gotcha.
He is actually positioned where I think the cone is actually laid out pretty nicely in this case. So you have a couple of options for getting out of the cone.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to move so I'm out of the cone, and I'm specifically moving whichever direction puts me not near everyone else, because knowing that he's targeting me now because I've done pissed him off, I don't want other people to be caught in that crossfire, that area of effect, if he's going to keep targeting me.
Okay. So you move the 15 feet east.
Okay.
So it's basically in this little setup, you are sort of at the top of a triangle. You are at a right angle to, or you directly south of you is the beholder.
Okay.
Directly west of the beholder is Karis, and then now who she's going to be. If he just needs to move a little bit to get Dia into his cone. Once he moves, he'll probably get both Karis and Dia in his anti-magic cone, because he's gonna shift down to face the south. He's going to turn south, face directly west, and be able to get them both. So you're well away from everybody else.
All right, perfect. Just drawing that out for myself. Cool. I am going to. How far away am I from him?
You are. He is 20 feet away from you,
20
going
feet. Okay.
going to the south.
What's the distance on this? Is it possible for me to have moved to get out of the cone, but be 15 feet from him?
Yes.
Okay.
You can do that.
Cool. I'm going to move so that way I am 15 feet.
Okay.
And say, oh, I'm sorry. Did you not like that? I'm real sorry about your mirrors. Maybe we'll try this one. And I'm going to clap 4th level Thunder Wave.
All right.
So that is Constitution saving throw again.
All right.
And if we could count my taunting a bit as some unsettling words, I'd like to impose a D8 minus to whatever his saving throw is with my bardic inspiration.
Okay. All right. Jerk. What's the DC again?
So DC is a 16 and I rolled a 6 on the D8. So he has whatever he rolls, he's got to subtract 6 from.
Hang on. I have to see what his bonus is. Let's see. Saving throws. Okay, those are all charisma based. So he would get a +4. Okay. So he rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
So, and he gets a +4 since his con is high. So that's a 24. You were 6. So unfortunately, it's still an 18.
Okay, that's okay. It was worth a shot.
It got close. It got
real close.
If he had rolled anything less,
yeah. Cool.
I got this Pathfinder die from one of my friends in Austin, Miriam, if you guys know her, she. It was very random. I went over to her house. It's like, here's your Christmas present, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. And I was just very surprising. So I got a nice set of Pathfinder die from it. And currently it is fighting you off.
Oh boy. All right. So
I'm assuming he's still going to take half damage on that.
Yeah, he'll take half damage. So I only rolled 24. So
12,
he'll take 12
thunder
damage.
And he doesn't get pushed on the save, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So that's 12 more. Okay. He takes it.
And I already used my bonus actions.
Okay, you've moved, bonused, and attacked. Is there anything else you want to do? Because you still have. It only took you 15 feet of movement to get there. If you wanted to move back or closer up to him, you could do either one.
If I could move back, if there's a pillar on this side of the room that I can kind of like partially use for some cover, great. Otherwise, I'd just like to be slightly further away.
Okay. If you move, so in order to avoid his anti-magic cone where it is right now, you would want to move straight back. The pillars are about 10 feet apart going north from you guys.
Okay.
Because you guys are fighting in sort of the south end of this this weird temple of Sobek. And so there's another pillar, but it's a pretty good distance away.
Okay,
so you're not quite there yet, but you are, I think now you're 25 feet away from him and not in his anti-magic cone.
All right, cool. That's it for me making dumb choices.
All right. Well, he still doesn't like you very much.
That's fine. It's just me as a person. I'm used to this.
Oh, that's an interesting one for this situation. All right,
fine.
Opal, a pink ray streaks toward you.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
17.
You, as this ray impacts you, you know how in anime, when you look at someone, they start to get the sparkly and they get the big eye, and it's that almost happens to you. You start to see sparkles. His eyes are a little bit bigger and cuter, but right before this effect takes hold of you, you get your wits about you and you're like, no, and you see the beholder for what it is, and you resist his charm ray.
I don't appreciate that. I did not consent.
There seems to be a theme here. What is this consent you speak of?
Oh, honey, we need to have a chat.
All right. So, Opal, you have resisted, and now it is Lyric's turn.
All right.
Lyric, unfortunately, you are still restrained by his kinetic ray. But just in case you do have something, because that's all, you are 50 feet away from him.
Yeah, no, I know what I wish to do. I just don't know how close people are to Mr. Beholder Man.
So Dia is right next to the beholder. Opal has moved back to be 25 feet away from it, to its north. Dia is right next to it, directly to its west, and Karis is about 20 feet away from it. No, 15 feet away from it. Sorry, and also to its west.
Okay, then my question is, how large is this beholder, and how big is the room?
So the
how
room
tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling is very tall. You would have trouble sort of seeing the sort of the rafters of this tomb. You figure it's probably, you can see 60 feet up, and it might be taller than that. So you've got plenty of room up top. The beholder itself is a large creature, so it is 10 by 10. So everyone is on the ground, so it's sort of sticking up from the ground. Cool. Where everyone else is.
Then Lyric just opens his mouth and lets out this like glass shattering kind of shriek that immediately cuts off, and you see this glowing kind of yellowish orb come out of his throat and hover right about let's say 15 feet above him. So that would still be 25 feet above. Basically, I want to be able to hit him with a 20-foot radius 4th level shatter.
Okay, so yes, you are able to position the shatter so it affects him and Dia. This earth shattering noise that you were actually kind of danger close to not a second ago, but it happens again in your proximity. You think as a front, actually you're a paladin, you're used to this. You're used to being around close fire support, as we'll call it.
So he needs to make a DC 17 Constitution save.
Barely misses it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So since I'm going to use my max damage, he's going to take 40.
40. All right. So as this sound wave impacts hit the top of his head, you see, let me go ahead and just, I'm pretty sure you got him to this level. Yep.
I still look like Victor, so I say, I thought we were friends.
You as this wave of sound overtakes him, you see a gout of blood to shoot from his mouth. It's ichor black, and it's just and Dia, go ahead and make a cosmetic dexterity saving throw real quick.
Okay.
Let's see if you get covered in beholder blood.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I definitely, I think I do.
Okay.
Because that was a 9.
Okay, yeah. So it was, the DC was like a 10, but this is funnier. So as the sound wave hits, he just erupts in ichor black blood, and you are dead center in that eruption. So the good news is this beholder is bloodied. The bad news is half of the blood that he just expelled is all over Dia.
She flicks off her the blood with her hands.
I don't suppose that affects any of the charm or whatever and the concentration stuff, like Restore Restrained. I don't know how it works with the stocks.
With the things, it looks like he is able to hold on in the face of damage. So let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like he needs to make constitution checks for those. So that is good for him, bad for you. Let's see. All right. And he is going to, okay, so Lyric, you're still restrained, so you can't move. You have actioned. Do you have a bonus action you want to use?
No, I'll hold off the Bardic Inspiration for right now.
All right. So at the end of your turn, he is getting just absolutely sick of you. He is going to try. Oh, what does this one do?
Uh-oh.
Oh
That's
no.
always bad news.
All
Nope.
right.
Nope.
So Lyric, he now having drawn his ire, what did
You're
I say
welcome,
this one
Opal.
was? A red ray shoots out
I
at you.
appreciate you.
Again?
Oh wait, let's see. What did I say? The telekinetic was red?
Is red? Yeah.
Okay, I think this was an orange then. I need to label these. Stupid. As you are hit with this ray, a sense of fear starts to overcome you. Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Another 4 on the die.
Oh no! Oh, all right. So go ahead and describe something that Lyric is especially afraid of that he starts to see manifest in front of him.
Okay, so Lyric has got some stuff in his past where people he very, very, very much cared for have passed. So what he sees are his sister and a woman that he used to love as basically corpses just walking towards him, just asking him why.
And as this fear overcomes you, you are frightened.
Mhm.
Let's see. Turns. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on from there. Dia, you are up, and you have seen this beholder take a bunch of damage from various sound-based sources, but then now you see both Karis like looking up lovingly at this beholder, and you see it's pretty disturbing to see Lyric right now because you can tell he's absolutely terrified, but he can't move. He can't move very well. Like he was able to get off his spell, but he's having trouble moving from his spot.
He's kind of like that silent, like wanting to scream but can't, and you just see him mouthing, no, I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry. But he's just shaking his head back and forth, and he's not making actually any noise.
So you'll see where Dia is kind of taking a look at the current battlefield and seeing her friends in distress. One friend who seems to be kind of like goo eyes over the beholder, which she feels is very strange, especially because that's kind of like been her like her friend in intimidation in a way, good cop bad cop. So she's taking it all in, and then she's going to basically take her hand and to remove some of the blood, but also to streaking it with her face. And then she's going to point her scimitar and at the beholder and say, "You shall cower before a servant of Kali." And then she's going to channel divinity.
Okay.
And third level divine smite.
Okay.
Said beholder guy.
All right.
And I believe that's 3d8 if I'm able to hit. In addition to my channel divinity is abjure enemy. So I need you to also to make a wisdom saving throw if this hits.
Ooh, he rolled. It's definitely single digits, but let's see wisdom. Oh no, it's double digits. It's 11.
11.
Yeah.
Yes, so that definitely does not make it because it's a 15 in order to basically make mine. So you are now frightened.
Okay.
And the speed of the beholder is now reduced to 0
Okay.
for a minute or until it takes any damage. And then so the creature's speed is half for a minute, and that's pretty much it for that part. And then I hit for 19 for the first hit.
That will you are just able to penetrate his thick hide there.
Perfect. So let me go ahead and roll that damage then, because I have the 2. Okay, so that's 15 plus the additional 1d6 because of Hunter's Mark.
Right.
So that's an additional point of damage. And then also too, because of the fact that I did Divine Smite, it's the 3d8.
This is where the fun begins.
And that's 12 additional points of damage for that.
Additional points. All right. Yeah.
And then that was just my first hit.
All right. That was just the first hit. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see what the second hit brings.
So that was a 26 to hit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And for that, we got 9 plus 4 for additional 15 points of damage.
15.
And then I'm going to bonus action, and I'm going to do my bardic inspiration. So you'll see, you see where Dia gracefully is twirling and extending her arms out towards Lyric. As she does fast twirls, because also too within that bonus action, because of College of Grace, I'm able to actually disengage. So I'm going to be leaving his area of like the cone. So I'm going to move my full movement to try to hopefully get behind one of the pillars, or at least like far enough away from him as I disengage and giving Lyric my bardic inspiration.
Yes, you are able. So you get behind the pillar so the pillar is currently encased by his cone. So if you went towards it, you currently are not in this cone. So you would put yourself in the cone. You get the feeling that you don't know where his cone is going to be. And right now, if you move towards like where Lyric and Karis is, he would be able to get all three of you in his cone.
Oh, okay.
So basically, you figure either you are the only victim of his cone, or he could choose to go after Opal, or he could choose to go after everyone else. So if you went towards the pillar, even though you would be in the cone, you would be spread out, so he can't get more than a couple of people.
So I'm going to do that then. So then that way,
and
while she's twirling and you see her skirts
right.
twirling and her arms extending gracefully to give that bardic inspiration, she's going to go in that other direction.
And we can easily say that you were able to get off your magic effects before you entered the cone, so that you were able to do that. And as you do so, probably Opal and Karis and Lyra can see this as she dances into the cone. Normally, whenever Dia dances, it almost seems like there is like a swirling effect around her that is mystical and just an extension of her magic. And as she dances in there, you see, even though it's still absolutely gorgeous dancing, it has been reduced to mundane dancing while she's in that effect. But you see the strategy that she's using. And it's a good thing you did that, because he is definitely going to change where his cone is going to, because one of the people that he is very angry at is,
and remember, he is frightened of me.
Yes, he is.
And he
so so as he does that, he looks around, and there's not really a like, because normally frightened puts like all attacks at disadvantage, but his don't. So we'll say since he can still see Dia, and just to make this a little bit more interesting, we'll say that you guys have you guys would have advantage on your saving throws against his eye rays while he's frightened. So we'll go ahead and say that is happening. This fight's not going to last much longer. He is very, very hurt, and he was going to try and run, but he can't. So as Dia dances away, Karis, he's mad at everyone, so he is going to do something dumb. And yeah, he's like, I am undeserving of your love. Zap. And he hits you. Go ahead with his black ray. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Let's get you into this fight.
Wait, who is?
Me? Yes.
Okay.
So as the ray seems it seems very sporadic. So you on this Constitution saving throw, you would have advantage.
Got 19.
All right. You're able to hold off most of the effects of that ray as you take 18 points of necrotic damage.
18 points.
He did not get to do full damage to anyone. He's a little disappointed. He's also probably about to die, so that's also disappointing. All right. And as that goes, all of a sudden, Karis, as you are hit by this ray, any veneer of adoration for this creature is gone.
Okie dokie.
You see him for what he actually is. And for his turn, he says, Dia, you see him try and move towards the door, but he seems like he's anchored in place. His eye does move away from you and towards Karis and Lyric. So
did he move in any way where I could get opportunity? Okay.
He was able to. He can't move because you mentioned that he's restrained.
Zero. Yeah, his movement is reduced to 0.
Right. So he is stuck as he looks toward Karis and Lyric. Both of you, you feel the magic that normally inhabits your body seems like it's suppressed for the moment as he unleashes. Oh God, he hates all of you now. Let's see. First target.
So then I've got a question. That's an interesting. Does his cone negate his own magic that is affecting me? It does
negate his own magic. So Lyric, you feel yourself freed from his grip, and the visions of the of your dead loved ones subside for the moment. He is going to, though. I guess that makes it so that Dia and Opal are each going to get a ray. So let's see.
Yippee!
Dia, go ahead and make me. Let's see, what's number 1? Oh, number 1's a fun one. Go ahead, as the pink ray streaks out to you. Go ahead and make a wisdom save with advantage.
Okay. Oh, that was much better. That is a 27 for my wisdom.
All right. There's no way
it would have been much less.
There's no way you're looking at this creature with anything but your normal disdain for evil. So his pink ray is ineffective against you. Opal. Ooh, okay. The orange ray, I think we decided, comes at you and starts to try and wash fear over your body. So go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh, good, with advantage. Oh, good, because that was a 2. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I had
that's a 3. So I don't know.
Oh dear.
But it's not enough.
Okay. So as the fear washes over you, go ahead and describe to me something that would keep you frightened for Opal.
I think what Opal sees is all of her brothers in, like, not already dead, but very clearly having had something happen to them where, like, they are very near death, and she cannot get to them to do anything about it.
You see your brothers on a phantasmal battlefield taking on these horrible they're vague monstrosities. One of them hits your brother with a spear and swings it around and is about to bring down. Another one cuts your brother with 2 scimitars. Another monster is holding your brother up by some sort of unseen magic and seems to be like keeping him writhed in pain. This vision overwhelms you and you are frightened for a minute. So basically that just means disadvantage on just about anything while you can see the subject of your fear, and you can't get close to it. So that is his turn. So Karis, you feel your magic sort of suppressed right now, but as a barbarian, you have other abilities.
I sure do. And I really don't like being manipulated. So that little stunt with the dazzling and the tapping into my cute side that likes to, take care of all the little critters. Yeah, don't appreciate you using that against me. So now we're going to play with my great axe.
Oh, by the way.
I'm sorry, battle axe. Excuse me, my battle axe.
By the way, we should say thank you because you've got max damage thanks to
I
Deangelo.
sure
Oh,
do have max
nice.
damage.
Thank you, Deangelo.
Thank you to my buddy.
Reminder to everybody else watching that you can donate and grant advantage and max damage or random items appearing, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Affects
Did
the
the beholder
game.
ever end up with something in his pocket?
He does. You see, one of his eye rays is definitely holding something.
Oh, good.
It's
Great.
like wrapped around what looks like a stick of wood.
Is it a magic fanny pack?
No, he's okay.
Fanny pack
So
of
he
holding.
did have like a multicolored pack that was sort of strapped, and weirdly it still was at his side somehow. I don't know. This is Dungeons and Dragons.
Really
We'll
long
figure it out.
strap. Really long strap.
But he had pulled it with one of his eye stalks, and one of his eye stalks is currently sort of like
Okay.
weirdly and grossly wrapped around this what looks to be a wand.
I shouldn't have asked. Okay, thanks.
Ooh. Look, it's not nearly as bad as the body horror that Critical Role is currently doing right now. No
Yeah.
spoilers.
Fair.
Ah,
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway.
Moving
Very
on.
uncomfortable.
Oh God, it was so bad. All
It was
right,
very bad.
Karis, so you have drawn your battle axe.
Yes, and I am super upset by having my good nature manipulated against me. This is
How
unacceptable. So I am
upset are you?
raging.
Ah, nice.
And yeah, so I'm going to run in with my battle axe. And 15 to hit.
Ooh, do you have any inspirations or anything to help you out?
I don't. But what I
So, as a barbarian, you can also attack recklessly if you like. Give yourself advantage on the roll.
well, I
Yeah,
have
do it.
a plan,
Okay.
which is to actually frenzy attack, so I
Oh,
can make
okay.
another
Oh, nice.
another swing as
So-
a bonus
so-
attack.
So, as a, how many levels of barbarian do you have?
3.
3. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, that's fine. So, so if you like, you can, and this is just a barbarian feature, you could go reckless. And so on this attack, you would have advantage. And then also on your frenzy attack as a bonus action, that attack would also have advantage.
Is reckless not a bonus action?
No, reckless is just you can declare any attack
Oh.
while you're raging reckless. Now, the downside is that it would get
Yeah,
advantage,
they get advantage on me. I'm not worried about all
but
that.
it is currently frightened, so it would just be a straight roll.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I thought that was another bonus action. So okay. Yeah. No, we'll definitely go with
Okay,
the
so
reckless attack.
A 15 will not hit, so go ahead and roll the second roll on that
Which is
advantage.
way better. Oh, 21 will.
That definitely
Yay!
hits.
A 21 will for max damage.
All right, so let's see. Battle axe.
1d8 plus
1d8.
1.
Okay, so that's 9 plus 2 since you're raging.
Yep.
Okay, so 13, I think it is. So, let's see here. See how he's doing. Go ahead and make your frenzy attack.
Okay, I'll make my frenzied attack. We're gonna do it again. I am so angry. Swing that battle axe for 23 to hit.
Woo!
And
Karis, how do you,
then-
Karis,
Yes.
how do you want to end this fight?
So my battle axe, I swing so majestically and with so much anger and rage and frenzy and just reckless abandon that I come through and with one swing get all the eye stalks clean off.
As these eye stalks fall, and this beholder says, "No, I was the most beautiful."
Was
Squishes down and sort of starts deflating as the eye stalks, for not too long, but a couple of them maybe twitch on the floor, and one of them definitely drops a wand. As the room gets quiet, everyone feels their magic returning to them, and you see comically Hector and Michael both peek through the door, one head over the other. And Michael says, "Oh, is it? You guys got it? Wow. I've never seen anything like that."
as little old Karis is just still standing. Well, not really little, but still standing, just heaving in anger and rage.
And meanwhile, Dia is basically like over in that area that she danced off to. She's doing prestidigitation on herself, like just in a frenzy, just because of the fact that she's like.
You guys see
Sorry about
conspicuous
that.
flashes of magic over in Dia's area, but a lot less blood. In fact, you are careful enough to remove all of the blood off of you.
Much better.
Opal has just like dropped to her knees and is like staring at the floor and is just having a time knowing that the thing she saw wasn't real, but it was still very disturbing to see that. And she's just kind of she is mentally not here. She's having a moment.
Lyric will walk over to Opal and just kind of put his hand on her shoulder and say, I know how you feel. And then I'll kind of look. I'm guessing he was just randomly sitting on my shoulder the whole time. Tim, say, so what'd you think of that?
Are you still Victor now, or are you back to Lyric?
I guess I'm still Victor. No, magic. No, because the magic, the thing was on me, so that would have gone away.
Right. It would have taken down your
okay.
disguise. Tim looks at you and he squeaks with 2 squirrel thumbs up. And you've got a beholder's chamber here within this temple of Sobek. We'll go ahead and everyone just real quick, go ahead and give me a investigation check. And if you want to, one of you can roll with advantage, or several of you can roll as you sort of pick over this area here.
19.
Okay.
18.
18.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Another 4 on the die.
Oh no.
You and Tim are kind of going over the what happened in the battle, because Tim was also like lurched with you over to the side, which was a brand new experience for this squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
So with an 18 and a 19, you guys are easily able to pick through what this beholder has left. You find in a hidden compartment another 3,000 gold that he had tucked away, as well as 20 more platinum, and the wand that he had dropped. You look at it and you swear it's got some very basic inscriptions. It doesn't look like a supremely powerful wand. It definitely is magical, but you swear there is at the base of the wand there's a pair of googly eyes and what looks like a snaggletooth. The tusks, I don't know, but it's definitely smiling.
That's quite frightening. Karis, would you like this thing?
I don't know. It's kind of spooking me out too. I don't know, Lyric.
Well, why don't I take a moment to see what it is, and I will take like 10 minutes to cast Identify on it.
All right, and that's good, because like that's about how long it would have taken for Dia and Karis to kind of turn the place over, and you identify it as a wand of smiles.
Well, this is a wand of smiles. Apparently, you can point it at people, and if they aren't really on their game, it'll make them smile for about 1 minute.
Very odd. I mean, it looks like something that would frighten a person instead of bringing it.
I'm going to try to use it on Dia.
Yeah, it's not making me smile right now.
All right, this is happening.
Yeah.
Some PvP. Let me see what the DC is. I can't remember.
I
don't need this beholder's thing. Yeah, it's not very high.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a D20 and we'll see if it even matters to you.
Let's see. And this is a what is it? Saving throw? Which one?
It's a charisma saving throw.
Okay, well, my charisma is a plus 11, and
Okay.
I got an 11, so that's
22.
22.
Right.
Jesus.
So, all right. You feel the corners of your mouth sort of start to raise upward. But having been, especially in your time in Yartar, told way too many times that you'd look prettier if you smiled, you are easily able to resist this. Sorry,
Just choke.
sorry,
No,
Jet.
no,
Sorry,
I
Jet.
should have known better. I should have known better.
That's exact. So, okay, DM's note. I was going to use one of his legendary actions to try and make you smile. If he had been like just overwhelming you, I would have used one of his legendary actions for the one of smiles. You guys were kicking his ass, so it's like, okay, he's not going to not use his eye raise.
Yeah.
And he was going to say, especially to one of the ladies, you'd look prettier if you smiled. Because I think he is a shit, and he definitely would have said that to someone.
And we definitely would
He
have
might
beat
have even said it to you. You're a pretty nice looking elf.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, that would have been it. That
Oh
would've been
yeah,
the end.
yeah.
I mean,
Would've been
Dia
like,
was
I was a bad
already
guy.
basically frightening him, but she would have really stepped it
Mhm.
up.
Be like, I don't have 6 level spells, but I'm going to use one.
Yeah, like that doesn't exist right now, but I'm gonna pretend.
I have
So-
rage magic and
Kali just blessed me with a 6th level spell right now.
Oh, Collie's not having any of that. No, no.
Kali's like, have a meteor swarm. Let's just
So you guys, you find this treasure, and you see that there's not really anything else. This beholder clearly was using this place as a base of operations. As you're sticking around, you still don't hear the henchmen that he had sent off don't return while you're picking up. So you figure it's probably, having picked the place clean and seeing this very strange area of the city that you had never really given any mind to, you guys are easily able to make your escape.
Isn't there a goat waiting for us outside?
Yeah, with
I feel like
Pavarti.
I remember there's a goat.
Roll, let's say, resist eating the goat check.
Oh, that's right. We
Dia-
left the tiger with the goat. Yes.
Dia, go ahead, and I'll let you either roll or decide. Does the goat survive its babysitting of Pavarti? And you can roll for it. You can just say, but I'll let you. I'll
Okay.
leave that to you.
I rolled a 14.
Okay.
I will let the DM decide the goats, Billy goat,
The
his
Billy
fate.
goat. So, okay, with a 14, you guys come out and you see the goat is still there, and Pavarti is still sitting on her haunches and is sitting up straight, a little too straight for Dia's perception. Everyone else just sees a tiger sitting upright, but Dia, you are easily able to tell that it has taken everything Pavarti has not to kill and devour this goat. But the signs of this are so subtle that only you would be able to know this.
So Dia's going to approach Pavarti. I know it must have been difficult, girl, but you did a wonderful job. And she's going to pull from one of the satchels on the side some of the leftover. I guess I forgot. We had I think it was like some type of sandwich from before. Like
Oh yeah,
crabs,
you
yeah,
guys
no,
had crab
cakes
sandwich.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
So-
I'm gonna give her. I'm gonna give her the rest of whatever was left over. For that.
So-
I think we had a crab hoagie. I think
Yeah,
that's how
crab
it was
hoagie.
described.
lots of crab stuff from
Yeah.
Eric Crabcore's Crazy
Extra
Crab Shack.
crab cakes that were just left
Yeah.
over. and-
So you
Karis
are
left
used
no crab cakes behind.
okay, then
you-
it's just the sandwich.
just the sandwich. All right. You have fed Pavarti a lot, she being your companion. And you're never worried that she will hurt you as you're feeding her. There's a moment as she just absolutely devours this sandwich where it got close. That her one tooth got awful close, closer than it ever has. She was very hungry.
Remind me to not leave Pavarti with certain animals, and then she's gonna be like pointing at the goat for long periods of time in the future.
And the goat never knew its life was in danger. It's you see that around it, there's some bare spots of grass now. It's just kind of chewing.
I lean over to Hector and I pass him 10 gold. It's like, I was wrong.
Hector takes it. Thanks. All right. You guys quickly make your escape. And where would you like to go? You have Michael with you now.
We had did we ever get paid by Billy?
Not yet.
Because I think he gave us, because he had promised us like half, and then after we got Michael where he needed to go to give us the other half, I feel like he gave us our initial half.
Okay. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think he did, because he's like, this is what I offer, and then Victor stabbed him.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe the obscene amount of money I'm remembering is because we raided Victor's body. So that's entirely possible.
Really hope that wasn't just got a call on a private number. And as a PAX goer for many, many years, usually those are a instant answer, because it's like, yes, I want to be an Omega-Naut.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah. There's not going to be a PAX.
He might not have given us money now that I think about it.
Yeah,
So
I don't think he did. Not yet. No,
Okay.
he didn't.
Oh, I think we were taking care of Beholder stuff. We were going to come back. Maybe that was
Yes,
it.
I think it was to make sure ensure the safety of Michael, and obviously everyone in the party from the bad guys, goons.
Michael, how did you find us? Have you been following us the whole time?
Oh, well, yeah. I saw you guys at the leave. I followed you a little bit. I waited until my father had was distracted by apparently he didn't like the rate of fire from one of the internal turrets, so he was going to look at that. And when he was distracted, I slipped away and it started following you guys. How'd I do?
I'm gonna look around. Everybody else be like, I didn't notice him. I'm guessing none of y'all did either.
Oh,
you successfully followed.
Oh,
Michael, that's very impressive. Very well done.
Well,
but in the future, don't do anything as dangerous as that, because your very life could have been at stake.
Oh, okay. So as Opal had been giving them these compliments, you could almost hear like the hurdy-gurdy in their hip or in their thigh start playing a little happy dainty tune. But then as Dia laid down the reality of this is dangerous and you probably shouldn't have done this now on your own, it gets a little more somber, but you definitely see that that Michael is taking this to heart. Like they're not like overly sad at being criticized. They're just kind of, oh yes, my lady. I think, I'll consider that.
At some point after we get you into school and you get to start training, it'll be a whole different story. You've got some great skills to start with. That's incredible that we didn't see you. But right now, you can't quite defend yourself as well as you need to be able to be sneaking up on people. Okay. So we say this because we care about you.
Okay. Well, thank you.
And if you do need tips on how to properly sneak, or sneak even more efficiently, I think that Hector would be the best person to ask.
Oh, okay. And they look very very expectantly at Hector, who is already because I don't want to RP Deangelo's character, has already started back. So you see Michael following him ahead of you guys. Hector, and you see Michael kind of fussing at him as you guys start heading back.
Michael, he seems a little distracted. Why don't I teach you a little something about sneaking around?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Lyric.
Because I've got a +11 to stealth.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lyric. I didn't realize that you are also skilled in the art of the sneak attack.
Yes, in a way. Hector does a more legitimate sneak attack. I've got a different sort of sneak attack.
Oh, I see.
I call them my psychic blades. Maybe if we get in another fight, I'll show them. And I'm gonna
see this.
I'm gonna hand the wand of smiles to Michael.
My first loot. This is very exciting. And he goes, and they go and they look at Karis. He.
Karis just gives it 2 big thumbs up. Great loot, buddy.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, he's actually trying to use it?
They're actually trying to use it, yes.
I rolled a 20 on the die.
Okay. You were sort of like Dia. You feel the corners of your mouth want to raise a little, but you were able to no. And you feel like you have resisted the effect of the wand of smiles.
Yeah, but I give him a smile anyway. You don't gotta use the wand on me, bud.
Oh, thank you.
I'm always here for encouragement.
Thanks. All right. Yes. You feel though that once they are at school and they're around bards that maybe aren't as high level as you are, maybe this wand will be an excellent tool of mischief for them at school. You guys,
Yay.
What have you done? Come on. Also, I have to report real quick that so I have this wonderful set of copper die that I was using just now, and I cannot find the D4. I have a rogue copper D4 in this room somewhere.
That is worse than finding a Lego with your
I
foot.
know.
So have fun
I'm
with
terrified
that later.
here.
Oh no.
All right, I'll just deal with it later. All right.
And
So
I've
you
only
got
been
a
rolling
problem.
4s, so I don't get it.
This is going to be the final affliction of Sean onto this campaign. It's going to strike. I'll get you, and you're going to strike me down with an actual 4 points of damage. All right. So you guys head back to Billy's warehouse. You see that things have kind of calmed down. The area where Victor had been unceremoniously splatted against the wall has been cleared. You do see several what look like freshly dug covered holes near the back. So you figure that the Sahiquin and Victor have probably been taken care of. And as you walk in, you see Billy talking to several of the squirrels. Now, I know they were here. I was only distracted for a moment. They couldn't have gone. Oh, Michael, there you are. You see this tiny gnome go up and hug this much taller Songforged
This hugs
as
around his
Michael.
knees.
Yeah, he's around the knees, and Michael goes, "Oh, Father, I am so sorry that I worried you, but no, I was in good hands. I found our friends in the midst of a battle." And Billy looks up and it's like, "Oh, so you took care of the fiend that was responsible for this attack, eh?"
Yes, most certainly. We took care of that fiend. And Karis, you should have seen her. She was on fire.
Me? I mean,
Yes.
he got to me. He got in my head and I didn't like it. And so I had to do what I had to do.
I know he attempted to get into my head, and unfortunately, I believe with Lyric and Opal, I think the effects took its toll. Hopefully, you guys are doing okay.
Oh yeah, I shook it off. Believe me, taking out his eye stalks really cleansed my head.
And as you mentioned that, Billy turns to both Lyric and Opal, and you can see a knowing sort of look in his eye as he nods. Those effects are not pleasant at all. In Barovia, it seemed like everything tried to make you afraid, and it never got easier. But thank you. Well, my Michael here will still needs to get to school, but you folks have earned yourself a stay here for the night to recover. I'm sure that your various resources might need some topping off, as they say. So you are welcome to stay here. We have some guest accommodations over by the gymnasium, and I'll make sure that that my offspring do not train too late tonight. Give you guys a chance to rest, and we'll get started tomorrow. But before I forget, and Billy hands you all the half of the. Actually, he gives you all the payment up front. What did I say? It was like 100 plat each.
That sounds right.
Go
So
with that, 'cause I can't find my actual
120 since you're splitting up Victor's cut.
Heck yeah.
And so we're going to do something a little different. So we're going to have you guys, you're going to be able to get a long rest tonight. And if there's anything you want, if you want to talk to Billy, if you want to talk to Michael, we can definitely do that. If you guys want to just get on the road, we will have a little preview of what the road has for you in store, or we can save that until next time, whatever you guys want to do. So the night up until the rest is yours. If you want to talk to any of these characters, if you don't, you can just take your long rest and start thinking about what you want to get at level 10.
When Dia receives the platinum from Billy, she's like, I am a woman of my word. I will not accept this payment, however. And then she starts divvying. She's like, if we can divvy it up to my new friends here, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Well, ma'am, it is your money, so you may do with it as you wish. So if Dia is going to be, I'm really glad these are working out in nice round numbers.
Yeah.
So each of you guys are going to get an additional 30 plat with Dia contributing her pay to all of you. So if this campaign continues beyond that,
This campaign
we'll
continues, we
see.
can buy your
We'll
car.
see.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
Lyric would want to. Lyric would give the original 100 platinum to Opal as the manager, to be like, I'm really bad at holding on to my coin. Maybe you should hold on to this.
Sure, sweetheart, I got you.
Jen, are you usually the note taker / banker of your parties, like party management person?
Whatever gave you that idea?
I don't know. It seemed like you were very willing to take on these responsibilities for your party mates. I'm like, huh.
I'm so used to it just being a thing that happens, and I've tried so hard in so many campaigns to be like, I'm gonna when they're like, oh, everybody finds you guys all find this, and I specifically make a point of being like, nope, I'm not doing it. And there'll be 3 sessions in, and inevitably somebody well, didn't we get stuff? The DM goes, did anybody write it down? Everybody looks at each other. It's like, fine, I'll start writing it down. I did write it down. I just wanted somebody else to do it.
I know this role well.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
Another.
fine. Yeah.
I've learned
there we
my
go, Karen.
lessons.
Oh,
There we
gee.
go.
Oh, dear. Nice.
But you know this about Lyric, that he is way too free with
the
money.
manager thing in this one kind of just came up as a cover for Hector's shenanigans, and it's like, oh no, this works.
Yep.
I was like, all right.
Speaking
yeah,
of
she's
which,
manager. she's got you, Lyric.
Nice. Speaking of which,
Inevitably, this will be used to bail Hector out anyways. So
yes. But Lyric wants to give the other 50 to Michael.
Oh my. Okay. So this is also my loot, right?
It is,
And not the playing loot, but the buying loot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You see, they're just you have made them an adventurer today.
Yes.
And they are absolutely delighted. And Billy sees this, and you see the beaming eyes of a proud father.
So I hear Michael say something about it being the money loot, not the loot, and I kind of perk up and I go, hey Michael, do you want to loot like the do you want to loot?
Well, I have not learned how to play it yet. I'm still learning, well, my instruments, but I figure as a bard I should know as many as I can, right?
I think every bard should have a lute, even if it's not their favorite instrument. They're just really fun to kind of plink along with. I think you should have one. And she pulls her lute, which is covered in it's got lots of flower designs on it. It's very, very flowery, very earthy looking lute, and toddles over to Michael and just presents it to them. Here, this is yours now.
They take it, and it looks like as adventurers, you've seen this before. The squire gets their first sword. The wizard gets their first spell book. And this is absolutely a special moment when the bard receives their first instrument. Sort of. It's a little different for Michael because they already have instruments, but actually having an instrument in their hands, they take it and they start sort of clumsily plucking. It's sort of like, well, it's sort of like if someone doesn't practice their ukulele. So it's just kind of like,
Here you go. You got it.
oh,
Look how much you know already. It's
Nope, not
instinctive.
that one.
You've got it in your soul.
Yes, that sounds really good. And
We'll practice on the road. I'll teach you some tunes. Easy ones, because I'm not great at lute either, but we'll learn.
Okay. Yeah. And you can, Michael is just, as you guys sort of start getting ready for your long rest and sort of winding down for the night, Michael has not left your group. Like Michael is just, Michael has their own, like, as do the other song forges, have their own sort of living areas that are sort of closer to the front. But as the night goes on, Michael is just hanging out with you guys, asking you questions about the battle, and very innocently asking things like, oh, what was it like to get frightened? And like things that someone who doesn't have a lot of experience would ask, even though, you know, maybe for some of you who did get frightened, it wasn't a pleasant experience, but you understand that they're very curious about life on the road. Dia, they have a lot of questions for you about where you came from because of the books they have. They only really cover the Sword Coast. Like if they only have gotten stories of other dimensions from their father. And so your homeland and stories about your family are especially compelling for Michael.
Anything you'd like to know in particular?
Well, what kind of games did you play when you were a kid like me?
Oh, there's this amazing strategy game.
Yeah.
Baba always told me that it was very good to learn how to properly play this game because you can apply it in battle. It's called Chaturanga. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Yes, it's something that a lot of military types and leaders they usually play, and it's usually played with one other person. It's similar to uh, I think in another land they called it shogi or chess. It's very similar.
Oh,
You have certain pieces and you have to move them and basically conquer the other side, so to
I
speak.
see.
Yes.
I've played. Father has taught me some chess. There is a game that he lacks, although he gets very angry. It's called Catan, and it is. I don't fight much with my siblings, but that game, we fought about over. But
Well,
this sounds fun. I'd
well,
love
it
to
can
learn.
definitely get a little bit heated.
Oh.
King Avi, my Baba, he's a very competitive man, so to speak. So there were times when I started to gain a little bit more, let's say, skill in Chaturanga, and he didn't like that too much. He realized that the teacher became the student. So
I
yes.
see. Oh, that's wonderful. And these are the stories that continue throughout the night, the various questions.
Dia does
Opal,
ask a question.
yes. Yeah.
So, Michael,
Yes.
what do you hope to accomplish once you reach the school and you start learning and training?
Well, my father had many stories about uh, going off to faraway lands and trying to help people. And I think that's what I want to do. I want to go and I want to bring as much help as I can. And so when Father creates one of us, there are things that he chooses not to control. It's why I'm as tall as I am. It's why I was uh, I chose in the primordial moments before my consciousness. I sort of chose the instruments that I was born with, and it's why some of my siblings have wheels instead of legs. Why some of them are a little shorter, or a little taller. Um, so it controls how they feel about the world. And I several of my siblings have maybe will only choose one instrument in their makeup, and but I chose three, and it just felt right. So I want to learn how to use my gifts, and I want to go forth and try to do good.
It's very admirable of you. I hope that you accomplish your goal.
I hope I,
Karis really, really likes the energy that Michael is giving off right now, just so soothing and so earnest. She curls up like next to his feet. Like he's probably sitting in a chair and she sits on the ground and just kind of like
yeah, they're
leans up
they're
against
in
his
like a
neck.
nice at this point they're in a nice comfy chair, and um they they are definitely they're as soon as they feel like it's okay, they're okay with like physical contact. So definitely if Karis comes up and is a little more cuddly, then Michael, they definitely reciprocate. um
Yeah, she just kind of just leans casually against their
mhm.
leg, just to be near, just to be near.
And it's like, for example, some of you, there are many ladies among you, and Lyric and Hector are obviously of the male persuasion. I don't really feel a strong pull to either, but some of my siblings do, and so that's father sometimes calls it the chaos of creation, but it really is just it is like music. It's just every tune is different, right?
Mhm.
So I'm really looking forward to school, though. I'm gonna miss Father terribly, but um, I mean, there are magics that can teleport you all around, and he would definitely use some that got him. And one of them got him home from Barovia, and that very very lucky for him. It's also why y'all are level 9 instead of level 11, because you don't have teleport. Could have gotten the helm of teleportation to make this a lot easier. Um, Otherwise, this whole thing would have been trivial. So uh can you imagine
A
that?
party of
I'm not-
5 people who can teleport.
it's like I thought about that. I was like, yeah, though I don't want them to have a rare magic item, because one of those rare magic items is a helm of teleportation. It's just like, we're here.
Oh, that would have been so good.
Is
That
there a
would have been
reason why you
hilarious.
chose those particular 3 instruments?
Well, I don't know that it was a conscious decision, but um, they just feel right, and if those feelings change, um, if if my father or another skilled artificer, then well, they would be able to help me make that change if I felt like another instrument was more appropriate to how I was feeling. But these feel right to me now.
Hmm, I can understand
Billy,
that.
Billy the goat is going to go up to Karis and start like nudging her in the shoulder.
Oh, did you name him after my father?
Uh, yes, I did.
Oh, that's it'll be like he's coming with us on our journey. How long does the animal from a bag of tricks last?
Until the I think sun rise the next morning.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh
Yeah, it's either till
oh
they die or
dear.
sunrise.
Okay, so this goat um is ingratiating itself to Billy, or to Michael, and they're sounds like they're going to get a very unpleasant surprise next morning. One of those lessons that an adventurer needs, right?
Billy went to a farm down in the country.
Oh no! That farm up the road in Silvery Moon.
Goat
Yeah.
Billy, not your dad, Billy.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
This is gonna get
no,
real
Kara-
confusing really fast.
Karis explains the whole magical goat situation to Michael, so
Oh.
Michael is not heartbroken, because Karis, being a soft and squishy person at heart, knows how sad it is when soft and squishy people lose their little friends.
Well,
So
I guess we should just enjoy this goat's company while we can.
exactly, you get it. You are so smart. You're gonna be so
Oh,
good at
well.
this.
And who knows? He could come back again. I'll kind of pull out the little fuzzball from the bag of tricks, because I got a total of 3. So the second one. So These just reappear back in the bag every day, and you never know who will come out. Bailey might come out again, and I'll put it back in the bag.
That item gets charges back every day, right?
Yep.
Like a D3 or something. Okay.
Yeah, at sunrise, whoever's still out disappears, and the fluff balls reappear back in the bag.
So we had back in, I think it was 3.5, we had a frenzied berserker in our party. And back then, the mindless frenzy was really nasty because you would just attack whomever. And he was built to leaping power attack with the rage. So he dumped like 10 points of his attack bonus into a leaping power attack. So he'd do something like 80 to 100 damage if he managed to hit. So just so that we would not be subjected to those, I think one of us had a bag of tricks specifically for if we needed a frenzy target. Like, okay, all right, go after that one. And so we could get away from the frenzied berserker, but
the last campaign that I had a bag of tricks, and I didn't know this was an item until they gave it to me. We knew we were going to fight, so I pulled all 3 balls out, and I was like, "Its actions are free before combat." So I rolled so good. So I had like a giant hyena and 2 tigers going into this fight, and the DM's like, "I regret so much of what happened here."
You were a Pokemon master. You were like,
I was.
"Go hyena, go tiger, hyena."
The druid was mad.
Pavarti would be very confused if you just randomly two other tigers popped up. Like, what's happening here?
It was incredible.
Tiger Force 1, go. All right. As you guys start bedding down, yes.
Sorry. Just because, like, talking about now that we understand them. I pull out the last 2 fluff balls since they're going to disappear in the morning anyway, and we get a rat and a brown bear.
Okay.
I rolled an 8 and a 1.
So the rat goes over, and you see it stands off with a group of squirrels that you recognize as Zipper and Gripper. They sort of like you. It's weird. They like sort of like circle each other. Are they snapping? But then you see them, they all like touch noses, and then they go off to hang out somewhere.
I was like, if I can't speak with animals and I start hearing song, I'm leaving.
When you're a rat, you're the best rat in town.
No.
And he's got that Don Bluth like rat voice, like, yeah, I'm a rat from American Tail.
That's a movie I haven't thought about in forever.
Oh no, God.
Took me back.
As your speak with animal also extends to the bear, you hear it say, "I am in a warm place. I am very comfortable. I have friends. Ooh, friends." And you see him. So Karis now is also while Karis is snuggling a song forged, who is surprisingly comfortable despite being made of metal and effectively like plastics and stuff.
That's good energy.
Yeah. You're also being snuggled by a goat and a brown bear now.
Yep, totally into it. The bear, I get the bear rolling over onto his belly, and I'm giving him scritches.
The question is, how is Parvati handling all of this?
Okay, yes. How is Parvati handling the bear?
So that's what I was like, okay, wait, this reminds me, where is Pavarti? And so I am like looking around to try to see where she went off to. I think because of all of because there's just like so many different animals, and then ones that she's not supposed to eat, and then this big brown bear that disappeared, she's just kind of like, I'm just gonna go wait outside.
You see, if you go looking for Pavarti, there are some trees on the property, and you see her up in one of the trees. Just tigers are tree climbers, right?
They are now.
Yes, they're now. Yeah,
in this world they are.
They are.
Yes, and
I just remember like Shere Khan in the Jungle Book was definitely up in a tree at some point.
So Dio just say, well, as long as you're comfortable, but feel free to come join your friends, and me whenever and then she goes back inside to join with the others.
Karis starts
And when
lightly
you
wrestling
throw
with
in
the
that
bear.
last bit, and you hear a soft pad, and you see a resolved Parvati coming with you.
Aw.
That bad? It's new friends. You just can't eat them
Mm,
or attack your
mm,
fellow large creature.
mm.
Karis is just lightly wrestling now with the bear. They're making some growly noises, but nobody's getting hurt. It's all good times.
All of my big animal noises are going to be the same. I'm sorry, I'm not a VO. And so yes, you know what? Go and roll me a
Yes.
an athletics check.
Yes.
And Lyric will invite Karis to actually name the bear. Go for it.
You said a brown bear, right?
Yeah. I think it's a CR2, maybe a 1.
It is a CR1. Okay. Okay. What did you get on your athletics check there, Karis?
You said athletics?
Yes.
14.
All right. As you're wrestling around with the bear, you look like you're going to just lightly and playfully pin the bear, in a somewhat embarrassing hold. But as you're getting ready to put its paw behind its back, it does a reversal and pins you instead. And it's got you on the ground, it's like sniffing your ear and just snuffing you, just like just getting a good smell.
I give him a screech with my horns. Just, we're all getting in there.
You see
Alright.
Parvati kind of look like she's about to kind of intervene. I'm like, oh, it's okay. They're just playing. I mean, we play a little differently, but it's okay. They're friends.
Since
And
I
then
still
she
speak
starts
with animals,
petting.
I'm just like, Parvati, I am so proud of you.
Dia, would you like to, actually, Utahime, would you like to voice Parvati in her speak with animal form?
Honestly, I have no idea what's going on here, and I frankly have been wanting to eat all of these different smaller creatures, but apparently they're friends.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the don't know what's going on here, that's pretty common. I don't know what things are like back at home for you, but things are just buck wild here. Nothing makes sense. So you're in good company there. I appreciate you not eating our friends.
It takes
I
a lot
know-
of restraint.
I am sure it does.
I'm getting used to it. And those the crab sandwich was quite delicious.
Yeah, we can get you more of those. Call it a trade. You don't need our friends, we get you more crab. That'll be fine. And I switch back to like normal speaking. Dia, we need to get some more crab on our way out of town.
Oh, I'm assuming you probably just spoke with Parvati then.
Yeah, that's gonna be the agreement. Parvati is cool with not continuing to not eat our friends in exchange for more crab.
Oh, that seems like a fair trade then.
I think we can handle that.
Yes.
That's fine.
Definitely.
Lyric wants to take advantage of all the chaos that he has kind of sown with the animals and try to just kind of go off and try to see if he can talk with Billy, not the goat. And I mean, he's pretty greatest of all time, but and see if he can start just getting ideas. He wants to make sure that Tim stays safe when they're out and adventuring and everything. And he wants to see if he can start getting some ideas on like sort of inexpensive, lightweight sort of armor or
Squirrel
something
armor.
for
Okay.
basically squirrel armor.
Okay, so you see, as you hear the sort of the din of the fun and hanging out that's going on in the back of the warehouse, you wander around, and you guys have free reign of the place. You guys have wandered about just to sort of see things. As you wander sort of to the front living area, where you remember Billy's like curtained off workshop being, the curtain still has a corner open, so it's not like he's closed himself off. And you find him at his workbench. He's got his sleeve pulled up, and he seems to be working on a mechanism that's on his arm, and he recognizes it's one of the mechanisms that would bring a grenade to his hand. And you see he's working on it, and there's also a squirrel that looks like it has some sort of like goggles on and it's got some very fine tools. It's working on another part, and he looks up. Oh, Lyric. Yes. How can I help you?
Well, just in this last day, we've had two fairly big battles, and if Tim here is going to be traveling with us, I want to make sure that I keep him as safe as possible. And I was wondering if you'd be willing to work with me. I've got some ideas on some armor, but I don't know what materials to use. I don't. I'm willing to learn and work at it, but I was hoping you could either give me help me get some materials, or advise me, or just help me keep Tim here safe.
Right. I may have mentioned earlier that I had a squirrel companion named Chippa that accompanied me on many of my adventures. This was early in my career, and there really wasn't any way for me to keep Chipper safe if we got into a scrap. I played with some ideas later, and fortunately, he never succumbed to any of the dangers that we faced. A couple of close calls. Once I even told him to run as I fell to the attacks of a certain nasty vampire. Fortunately, he came back, and I know that having a companion like that is well, that's a worry. I figured some of my family here would eventually leave, maybe to go find adventures of their own, and I have some thoughts, and he is going to share with you. One device. And says, I haven't built anything yet, but if you have some ideas, I can share with you some of mine. For now, and he produced Zipper, if you would. And you see Zipper has now been helping him, and you think you see that same rat kind of looking over some of the supplies in this laboratory, and they've definitely been hanging around this Zipper and Gripper squirrels. Zipper brings over what looks like a small backpack, and he says, "Now, I have not, unfortunately, been able to develop armor small enough for one of my squirrels, but this device will allow a small companion to exit a dangerous situation quickly. It has a small, I call it a rocket, and then a parachute. So if danger happens, they will be able to safely leave the area of most spell radiuses. I figured it could even maybe escape a meteor swarm, and it would allow them to get to safety. He also shares with you a couple of ideas, and he has not made any headway on them, but maybe you could. One of them seems to be a very crude drawing for armor that the squirrel that would deploy over the squirrel. Think of like Iron Man's suitcase suit.
Mm-hmm.
It would be something like that, and it would protect them by shielding them from harm. And then you see another drawing that seems to be a set of bracelets and anklets and a small chest piece that the squirrel would wear, and it seems like it would provide some sort of energy protection. So you can go ahead and write that you have blueprints for squirrel armor and squirrel mage armor that you can expand on. But for now, he does provide you, and he slips you an extra one just in case Al wants one too. Two of these squirrel escape devices. And so basically, mechanically, as a free action, the squirrel can use this at any time to escape combat. They will not be affected by whatever you run into, even as a surprise. They would be able to act quickly enough. So basically, it's a guarantee that they wouldn't be harmed, and they would then try and find you afterward. So it's not as sophisticated as the other ideas that he has that you may be able to expand upon, but it is at least something for them now.
Okay, Lyric will say, this is this is absolutely incredible. The only thing that I can think of at the moment to add to this little you called it a rocket might be some form of uh, wings or something to help angle where that flight path, just better control when escaping. So
Right.
maybe I can work on that. But thank you very much.
Sure. And Tim and Tim runs over and uh Billy gives Tim what looks like a small satchel, and Tim opens it to inspect it, and it looks like an expansion to his tool belt. It's like extra tools. It's like, I don't have another set of these for Al, but it seems like Tim is the one that usually gets the good stuff before Al anyway. So it seems this is appropriate.
Sounds
See,
good.
See, it seems like Tim is more the tool squirrel, you know?
Oh, we'll definitely.
We're not
work on
making
it.
this. This is not becoming a home improvement campaign. This is not becoming a home improvement campaign. No, no.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much. I'll go deliver this other one to Al right now. Thank you.
Sure thing. And please, if I believe you mentioned you were a resident of Yata, so when you return, I would be happy to work on some of these concepts with you.
Absolutely.
So Al as well has one of these squirrel escape devices, and like I said, as a free action, they exit combat. So they're not going to be. It would save them, and it seems like it does have multi uses. So if you got into multiple scraps, they would be able to use it. It doesn't really have a recharge rate. I think that would be really cruddy if like you got into a fight and then like, oh, my squirrel gets fireballed because its escape device is out of charges.
To be fair, Al is not a combat squirrel. He is a behind the scenes kind of dude.
That is
Fair.
fine. All right.
But good to have.
You
Yes.
could just have a fey entity basically inhabit the body.
Oh my gosh.
There's so many questions I have. So is Sprinkle like hollowed out while the traveler is in there? Like, are they sharing? Is it a holy trinity situation where he is also the traveler but not really, like Father, Son, Holy Ghost sort of thing? I don't know. Some of those
Which one would be
concepts are just
which?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All right, but as the evening comes to a close and you guys settle down for a rest, all of you are able to get a long rest, and when you wake up in the morning, you will be hitting the road at level 10. So go ahead and level up all your folks to level 10,
Ooh,
and we are rounding the horn of this. This was supposed to be a journey campaign. We're finally getting on the road after 3 episodes. So
We fought a
also,
beholder.
while the shenanigans are all happening with all the animal wrestling and whatever, at some point I still have a level 3 slot left, so I cast invisibility on myself and Michael to get him, because I know he likes sneaking, and we're gonna sneak up behind Hector. I'm gonna have him blast one of his instruments right behind Hector, just for giggles.
the rest of you hear the blast of a chord of a pipe organ and trombone that works, and you hear Hector, ah! That's where that's the last image we'll have for tonight.
Classic Hector.
Classic Hector. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for hanging out with us, and we really do appreciate it. And we're gonna go back down the row saying goodbye. Deangelo. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's gone. All right. Jen.
I'm Jen. I'm the _Low Zelda around Twitter, Twitch, and all of the things. I stream other D&Ds, so I always scream about them on Twitter. You can always keep an eye on what I'm doing there. It's great. You're all wonderful, and I appreciate you.
All right, Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm at DonutDude777 on Twitter. You can look for the ukulele stuff I do if you search Sean's Ukulele Journey on YouTube. One of my songs is Metagame Pigeons. I think you'll enjoy that one.
it's amazing.
All right, Utahime.
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, and Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and this has been so much fun going on this journey with all of these amazing people that you see before you. So can't wait for next week.
All right, Vicki, round us out.
I am Vicki. I am Glitter Havoc on Twitter and Instagram, and I am so appreciative of everyone for hanging out with us and for my teammates for having so much creativity and telling an awesome story with me.
And I am Jonathan, aka Roadblock, Road_block on Twitter and Roadblock Actual in a lot of other places. Thank you so much for coming with us. We will be back next week for a different sort of road trip. We're going to try something a little weird, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I'm gonna be relying on these guys to again, this is collaborative storytelling, so we're going to collaborate on something, and you'll see how.
We do the weird stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's on
wait,
brand. It's on brand for us.
I have no idea if this is going to work well, but we're going to try it anyway. All right, have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.